Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Reactee, and today we are doing another Fright Night Friday, and this is a slapped hand video, as you can tell by Callum here. Scary stuff caught on camera in real life. So let's watch this and see how it goes.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Boy, we've got an action-packed episode full of the scariest video clips going around. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more spooky content. Just like this. Here's a strange one, and this time it comes from someone you wouldn't expect. Former governor of Nuevo León in Mexico, Jaime Rodriguez Calderon, has shared a series of videos showing bright orange orbs hovering and moving through the hills near his property. And what makes it even stranger is that these incidents were captured on multiple security cameras over several nights.
What's really strange is you can hear the dogs barking in the background. Some of them sound like they're quite a distance away, but you can't hear anything from these orbs. That's strange. And multiple nights, multiple cameras. That's unusual, man. That's unusual.
The clips show glowing spherical objects rising over the ridgeline, pulsing with light and drifting slowly before vanishing behind the mountains. In one video, the orb appears to hover low to the ground. In another clip, a separate camera, located in a different area, captures a similar light skimming just above the horizon.
Whatever it is, it seems to be putting off like almost like solar flares. That's a little weird, and it's definitely they're dogs, so all you have to do is get one barking, and then the whole town would be up and barking. But that is a weird object. It almost looks like it's the sun on the horizon, but it would be too close, and that is a quite a little blast coming up from it there.
Locals have since come forward saying they've witnessed these lights before, often appearing in the same area at night. Some suggest the activity could be tied to volcanic plasma discharges or ball lightning, while others believe it's evidence of non-human craft, similar to orbs seen around volcanoes and mountains throughout Latin America. The fact that these glowing spheres were caught on multiple nights from multiple cameras and by a former Mexican governor has only intensified public fascination. Whether they're part of a natural phenomenon, a military test, or something more mysterious, these orbs have turned northern Mexico into the latest UAP hotspot in the world.
Now that they mention it, ball lightning would make sense with the flare from it there. And it's my understanding that a lot of ball lightning is fairly close to the ground, but like a plasma discharge from a volcanic area would make sense as well. So yeah, there's a lot of natural things that it could be. Could be alien, who knows? But it is a little strange for sure.
Here's a weird clip from TikTok user Stephen McCrabtree, who says he's used to strange things happening around his home. But this time, something truly unnerved him. While washing dishes late at night, something odd happens. Stephen suddenly felt something hit him in the back, followed by the sound of it bouncing across the floor. When he looked down, he found a small rubber ball that had apparently come out of nowhere. In the clip, he walks viewers through what
It looks like it hit him in the back of the neck almost. Little lemon-shaped football thing. Or or lime colored football thing. That's a weird one, especially if there's no one else around. Although it would be cool if it was just his dog trying to get his attention, just tossed it up at him. That would be hilarious.
Happened, explaining that both his wife and son were home at the time, but neither could have thrown the ball. His wife had been bedridden for 2 days, and his son was in his room playing on his Oculus. He says he's experienced paranormal activity before, but nothing quite as odd as this.
Now, I have a lot of activity. It's not like malicious or anything, but that right there was the first time that's happened.
So what exactly threw that ball? A trick of coincidence? Or a sign that something unseen wanted his attention? Stephen's followers were quick to point out that objects don't just move with force like that on their own, suggesting he may have caught a poltergeist moment in real time.
I hope it's a ghost dog. Ghost dog wanted his attention and said, "Play with me now."
A chilling clip from Indonesia has recently resurfaced, and it's been making the rounds online, and some believe it may show the Kuntilanak, a vengeful female spirit from Southeast Asian folklore. The footage, originally posted to the YouTube channel Ewing HD, shows a young boy casually playing with his parents' phone, filming himself by accident. See if you can spot anything eerie. As the camera drifts past his face, a woman with long black hair can be seen in the background.
Oh, that is a lady with long black hair. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's somebody sneakily living in the house. What do they call those people? Froggers? I forget what they call them. But that's creepy, either way.
The boy can be heard calling out Mbak Rini, which roughly translates to Miss Rini. According to the boy's family, no one in their home or community has that name, but the child insists he sees this woman often. Viewers familiar with Indonesian folklore immediately pointed out the resemblance to the Kuntilanak, also known as the Pontianak, a ghost said to be the restless spirit of a woman who died during childbirth. She is often described as wearing white, with long dishevelled hair and a faint sorrowful cry that grows louder the closer she gets.
I love folklore tales. That's a great one. That's quite the twist on the woman in white that you find here in North America, where she was a distraught woman whose lover left her or her kids died or something of that nature, and killed on her wedding day, things like that. Usually found on the side of the road and hitchhiking or something. Never picked them up though, in North America anyway. Never pick them up. It's always a bad omen. But that's a different variation on with a woman dying in childbirth, which happens quite a lot in a lot of places. So I could see why that would start as a folklore tale.
According to reports, in the days after the video was filmed, the boy's family began hearing a woman crying late at night coming from inside the house. The activity grew so disturbing that they eventually sold the home and moved away. So did this child really capture one of Indonesia's most feared spirits on camera? Or is there a more rational explanation hiding in plain sight? Sticking with Indonesia. Residents of Patok Besi, Indonesia were left stunned after several black cloud-like masses suddenly descended from the sky, landing in rice fields and even near local homes. Videos shared online show what appears to be a black, foam-like substance, described by witnesses as falling clouds.
That's, clearly suds from something. There's all bubbles. Wonder what makes that and drops it from the sky. That's a strange one. Now, all those conspiracy theorists that say they're chemtrails and not condensation trails are going to be like, oh, look at this. It's this. It's not. Planes leave condensation trails. Water builds up. Cold and hot air makes it condensation trail. Chemicals that they spray into the atmosphere are generally things for either causing rain or stopping rain storms. Those are so seldom used that it's not even worth mentioning. But this is weird. All these drifting down from the sky? That's strange.
The mysterious blobs reportedly gave off a faint chemical smell, leading some to believe they might be industrial byproducts or waste materials that somehow became airborne and later condensed and fell. Local authorities have not confirmed exactly what the material is, though many online speculate it could be a foam or resin-based byproduct from nearby factories. Still, no one seems to know how it ended up in the sky in the first place.
That could definitely be. It could be something from a nearby factory. Some plants have ponds where they put their chemical scum. I have seen brown foam like this on those. I've never seen it in the air before, though. But yeah, I guess it could be black depending on what type of chemicals are getting dumped in the catch basins. It's a little strange that it got airborne and flew miles away into farms and other places. You think that would be something they'd have, some environmental group to tell them not to do let stuff like that happen. But who knows? Maybe they don't have that strict of environmental laws in Indonesia.
One of our viewers, who goes by the username What Amy Said, captured something strange while out for a nighttime walk in Manchester, New Hampshire.
The sub for you is going to be more.
She and a friend were recording a casual video, an impromptu rant about rising costs and stagnant wages, when something eerie appeared on camera.
Oh yay, I can make the same amount of money I made when I was out of high school, you know?
In the footage, a dark, human-like figure can be seen standing partially in the bushes beside the road. It's visible for just a brief moment before vanishing completely. Amy uploaded the clip to Reddit, where it quickly went viral, racking up nearly 100,000 views.
That was strange. Now, it could be light coming from the other direction, creating the shadow itself between the trees and other limbs of the bushes. But that did look very human-like. To be honest, that looked super, super like there was a person just standing there.
And sparking a wave of debate. Some viewers believe it's simply a shadow cast by her walking companion, possibly distorted by the headlights of a passing car. Others, however, insist the shape looks too defined, too deliberate, to be a trick of light. So what do you think? A simple camera glitch?
Now, I guess it could be the tree, but to me it doesn't look like it's moving. Like if you see a shadow of a walking person, you can tell their legs are moving because they're generally a blur. This looks like two separate individual legs, but again, I think this is the bush right here, and that's just the shadow from being distorted from the lights over here, and them catching it on the back side of the shadow. But that's what it looks like to me. Let me know what you guys think it is down in the comments. That's a strange one.
Or something else lurking just off the side of the road that night. An FAA-certified drone pilot from Arizona has captured what many are calling one of the clearest UFO sightings of the year. On October 30th, 2025, near Castle Hot Springs, the pilot was flying a DJI Mavic 3 drone about 300 feet above the desert landscape when he spotted something extraordinary. A bright metallic orb darting across the landscape. The footage, filmed in 4K resolution, shows an object racing at high speed over the mountains with no visible wings, rotors, or propulsion system. Even more bizarre, the orb appears to shift shape mid-flight, as if morphing or rotating unnaturally.
Okay, that's strange. It was an orb most of the time, but then there's a section in the middle where it kind of elongated. It looked like two orbs strung together by something. That was a weird one. And it just keeps going. That's so strange that he recorded it for so long.
The witness says the object was completely silent and moved in a way that no conventional aircraft could. Moments later, a fighter jet was spotted high above the area, seemingly pursuing the unidentified craft, though it doesn't appear in the footage itself. The pilot insists the flight complied with all FAA regulations and was conducted under clear legal conditions. He describes the incident as a genuine, unidentified aerial phenomenon and has shared the footage online for open analysis. Whether it's an advanced drone, experimental military craft, or something truly unexplained, the footage has sparked intense discussion among aviation experts and UFO researchers alike. Could this be the most compelling drone-captured UAP yet? Watch closely and decide for yourself.
Yeah, here's where it's kind of longer for some reason. The rest of the time, it looks like pretty much a balloon, like one of those metallic balloons you can buy for people's birthdays. But then it shifts from here to here, down to here somewhere. It shifts longer and rotates funny. That's a strange object, whatever that is. That one I can't explain. That one's strange.
Here's an eerie set of photos that's been circulating online for years, said to show a possible ghostly presence at Colonial Williamsburg in Virginia, USA. The images were reportedly found on an old paranormal investigation forum. They were taken during a 12th night celebration, a historical reenactment marking the end of the Christmas season at the Living History Museum.
These places that do reenactments are fantastic. I mean, they get the costumes right. A lot of them get the speech right. It's amazing. And look at the food. That looks fairly accurate. Although, I think that would be slightly smaller. But who knows? I mean, I guess if it was someone of higher status, it would probably be about that size or bigger even. Generally, they don't have just one food either at bigger parties. But I can't remember. I know I studied these 12-day Christmases that people used to have in the colonies in England, but I haven't really thought about it lately, so I can't remember much about it. So I think it's kind of like Hanukkah, except it's 12 days before the 25th instead of, I forget when Hanukkah is.
In the first photo, everything looks perfectly ordinary in a group of reenactors in 18th century attire sharing a festive toast around the dinner table. But in the second image, taken just moments later, viewers noticed something strange. reflection of the mirror at the back of the room, there appears to be a mysterious figure. No one in the room recalls seeing anyone standing there, and reenactment staff later confirmed that only the photographed participants were present during the shoot.
And obviously the photographer. But where this image is coming from, they should be able to see it if it was in front of them in just a reflection. That is scary. It almost looks like somebody looking up at the sky and screaming. Or looking up at the roof, I guess, and screaming. That is a creepy image in a mirror.
Was it simply a photographic illusion, a trick of light or motion blur, or did the camera capture the lingering spirit of someone from Williamsburg's colonial past? Whatever it was, this unsettling reflection continues to intrigue paranormal enthusiasts to this day. Coming up in our last segment, we take a look at a fascinating UFO case from the 1960s. But before we do, remember to help us out by smashing that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and leave us some friendly comments in the cesspool down below. The case of Ronnie Hill remains one of the most intriguing and ultimately controversial UFO photographs from the wave of sightings that swept across the United States in 1967. It involves a young boy, a supposed encounter with a landed craft, and what many once believed was photographic evidence of an extraterrestrial being. On July 21st, 1967, in Oriental, North Carolina, 14-year-old Ronnie Hill claimed to have witnessed a strange object descending near his home. According to his detailed typed letter, Hill described a bright white object, roughly the size of a bright full moon, that landed in a nearby field. He said it emitted a faint buzzing sound and gave off a smell like gas or burning metal. He ran inside to grab his camera and managed to snap a single photograph before, he said, the craft rose and disappeared over the trees. When he developed the film, he was astonished to find what looked like a small humanoid figure standing in front of a circular object. The being appeared metallic with a shiny reflective surface. Hill described it as about 3.5 to 4 feet tall, with a dark brown face, greenish reflection, and shiny silver suit.
It almost looks like it's wearing medieval armor. And then a helmet with like spikes on it. That's the strangest image I've ever seen. And if that's the object that landed, that seems a little small to be even a single being craft. That seems a little small. Could be some kind of test pod, I guess. Just dropped off and then they'll circle back around and pick it up after. Who knows?
He claimed to have watched the entity for nearly half an hour as it poked a black funnel-shaped object into the ground before retreating behind the sphere. Hill's letter, dated July 21st, 1967, included meticulous notes, even a hand-drawn map showing where the craft supposedly landed. He estimated the UFO was 9 feet in diameter, noted the silence that followed, and added a curious postscript. There were 2 objects, but the one I took a picture of was the smallest one. The photograph was first brought to public attention by John A. Keel, one of the most prominent UFO researchers of the 1960s, best known for the Mothman prophecies. Keel had Hill's original photo examined by professional photographers and editors in New York, who concluded that the image did not appear to be a doll or a double exposure. Keel went so far as to register the photograph under Ronnie Hill's name to protect it from being commercially exploited. At the time, he considered it one of the most compelling pieces of photographic.
Now, back in the 60s, I don't think they had anything like Photoshop, so I don't think you could fake it that way. You could definitely fake it with mannequins and things of that nature. And why would he get a picture of the smaller object if there was a larger one nearby? That seems a little odd to me.
evidence for UFO entities ever recorded. However, not all agreed. Critics were quick to point out inconsistencies in Hill's report. His letter stated that the encounter took place at 2 a.m. on a hot sunny day, an impossible contradiction that undermined his credibility. By the early 1970s, further scrutiny began to unravel the case. Analysts discovered inconsistencies in the photograph's exposure and scale that suggested the object and figure were miniatures photographed up close. In 1980, researcher Margaret Sachs published the image in the UFO Encyclopedia, with a caption identifying the figure as a small model with an egg in the background. Other investigators concluded that the alien was likely a doll wrapped in aluminum foil, placed in front of a white object such as a lampshade or plastic dome. Photographic analysis also found that the lighting in the image did not match Hill's account of a bright sunny day. The shadows suggested a much lower light source, inconsistent with the sun's position at the time he claimed. Despite being widely regarded today as a fabrication, the Ronnie Hill case still fascinates UFO historians for several reasons.
Now, even if it is a fake, which I suspected as soon as I saw that picture, seems a little strange that why would the kid fake it? I bet you it was probably his parents or something wanted to get on the news with all the other UFOs going around. And that looked like I don't think they did that in the 60s. But it almost reminded me of a hay bale that wrapped in white plastic. I'm pretty sure they didn't do that in the 60s though. I thought that's what it was the first time I saw it. But yeah, that's strange. I kind of thought that figure was odd. Like I said, it looked like it was wearing medieval armor. So it was probably a toy knight or something.
It encapsulates the spirit of 1960s UFO hysteria, a time when children, farmers, and scientists alike were reporting encounters that blurred the line between science fiction and reality. For believers, Hill's photograph remains one of the earliest examples of a supposed UFO occupant captured on film. For skeptics, it serves as a case study in how youthful imagination, cultural fascination, and misinterpreted imagery can fuel enduring legends.
That is all true. As I've said before on this channel, kids have very vivid imaginations, though they often don't lie like this. But I could see why he wanted to. I mean, if the 60s UFO craze was going on, then most people would want to be part of it. So I don't see why he wouldn't fake it. Now that I've looked at the picture a few times, if this is grass, then yeah, it's a pretty small figure. If this is a knockdown brush field with few random stalks of tall grass or fescue growing in it, then that could be fairly high. Like there's fescue on the golf courses here on the island where it's up to my waist, so I don't see why that couldn't be. Yeah, and I'm 6 foot tall, so it could be faked. It could be real, but I believe it's fake. I can't see that being real. As I said, if there was a larger object, and this one's supposed to be 9 foot in diameter, and there's a larger one nearby, I would have taken a picture of the larger one for sure.
Whether hoax or honest mistake, the Little Man of North Carolina stands as a strange artifact of the UFO age, a reminder of how the mysteries of the sky often begins in the imagination of those who dare to look up.
Well, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you can't get enough of what we do here at Slapped Ham, then consider following these 2 links right there. Leave us some feedback in the comments section down below. Smash that thumbs up button. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.
And thank you very much, Callan, for another great video over at Slapped Ham. If you enjoyed this, drop a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. It's free. Helps out the channel. Do the same over at Slapped Ham's channel. Again, he puts out some great videos, or they put out some great videos. I'm not sure if it's just him or a group of them, but they put out some great videos, and they're always fun and entertaining. So do that as well. It'll help out Slapped Ham, and I will catch you next week for another Fright Night Friday. Bye-bye.